Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the MRC eRacing here at the Sochi Autodrome. I am your host, Professor, and we have a full grid, which is excellent to see. A little overcast, so potentially we might see some rain later on in the session, and hopefully we're going to have some wonderful qualifying on our hands. So George here in the heart of the Winter Olympic Park, and if you keep your eyes up, you'll actually see the Olympic flame pedestal out there in the middle of the track. Also not listening anymore as the Olympics have moved on, but it's still a wonderful sight to see as we are waiting for some action down the track. It is a 5.8k track. First race obviously here in 2014. The official Grand Prix length is 53 laps. But there are two DRS zones. Most people will be down in towards turn 2 as we see in my studio taken, and it's quite obviously lag. Sorry, what's happening? My voice on rubbish. Okay, hang on then. Let's change. Okay, hopefully that's fixed it. Quick flick of the switch. And hopefully I'm now sounding oh so sexy. It does happen occasionally that I sound sexy. Let me know if you still can't hear me very clearly. I should have just sorted it, but sometimes it doesn't always fix itself quite that easily. And we're just waiting for some action down on track, and there we go. We've got some Yawn heading out there already. And I've seen a few races on this track. And it seemed to turn 2 here. This is turn 2, not to be confused with turn 1. Turn 1's a little kink on the home straight, and that little kink, particularly at the start of the race, just creates mayhem. In all fairness, it's quite tricky to get perfect sometimes, especially if there's a little bit of bouncing going around. You might end up nudging another car and causing a massive crash. I did see a massive one not that long ago. It took out about 4 or 5 drivers off the line, which was quite impressive to see, and people just sort of finding gaps through the mayhem. Well, I mean, hopefully we'll have some action, but hopefully we still have the vast majority of the drivers still finishing here today. That would be good to see as we're waiting for some laps to come in. Yawn is one of our first runners out there on track at the moment, and we'll do a flying lap with him once he gets round to be in that position. Mixture of tyres out there at the moment. We've got most people on softs, one person on the mediums, although he's not out on track at the moment, and as I say that, he comes out on track. Thank you for that, Mark. And a few people on the hard tyres. So it's looking like the majority are going to go for that soft start, unless it decides it wants to rain in the race and mess things up a little bit for us. But we'll see what it is. Yawn is going to come around the final corner then to start us off on a flying lap. Start finish straight is quite early on, just there after you come off the corner. And then we go down, DRS comes open just there we go. As you go round the long right-hander, turn 1, or not that long really, but that was turn 1. This is turn 2. This is where the overtaking is going to happen with DRS wide open as you throw it in and hopefully don't lose the back end. Turn 3 is this long left-hander, and this has some opportunity to overtake. If you get on the outside, you have a chance. Not easy, but then you have the inside into turn 4, and then hopefully you have that position made by that point. Come off there towards the end of sector 1, and obviously fastest of the sectors so far, through 5, and then into the little kink at turn 6. Get it back over to the left hand side as you're going to throw it into turn 7, and back over to the right hand side again. A lot of 90-degree turns on this track, a little bit of latency just there for Yawn. Oh, turn 9, losing it nearly potentially, but hold it just about. Turn 10, and DRS is coming open. Detection point is just before the corner. DRS is now opening to go through turn 11 towards 12 and 13, and this is such a tricky corner because you're turning and braking at the same time, and if you get it wrong you can just nudge the wall or nudge someone else through the exit of 14. And this is quite a tame section now as we go through 15 and 16 double chicanes back to back, and then you open up the throttle. Don't run too wide, that wall catches a few people out occasionally as you come up to 17 and 18, and Yawn will put in, well, obviously, unless he invalidated the pole time as he hits a little bit of latency and causes a little rev limiter bug. But there's a lap on the board. Leclerc's a little offline there. He won't be putting a time on the board for him so far. Bottas gang down there in 18th in the Mercedes. He looks like he's in mode 0. In fact, he is in mode 0. So he's backed out of that one. What about Texlave? Mode 5 in the Alfa Romeos. You're coming up towards the final couple of corners. Yellow flags flying off. Don't worry too much about those unless you see someone DNF or receive a penalty. And throw it into the final corner. So this point is just there right after you get around that corner. And P3 for Texlave with no one else setting times as Kai puts in a time. P3 for him. And Pavel goes P3 instead of. So quick shifting here. Let's see what Mark's doing on these mediums as he's coming towards the final couple of corners. This track, it's so easy to pick up penalties. It's quite similar to France in that the corners are quite open on the inside and on the outside. If you make mistakes, you can quite easily pick up penalties. And it could come down to today how few penalties you pick up could determine your finishing position as Mark comes across the line in P4. Let's have a look at those hard runners. AD's out there at the moment. He's coming towards the end of his, although he's in mode 0. Let's see if he shunts it up. No, he's not going for a lap. Frex is in mode 3. We'll come back to him because he's quite far away at the moment. Struggling for grip there through turn 7. Let's have a look at his teammate. His teammate's got a little bit of reverence bug. And he's actually just behind him. So let's go back to Frex. Where's David actually? David's just started. So let's stay with Frex then. As he's coming down the back straight towards turn 12 and 13. On the hard tyres, let's see. He's in mode 0 actually, so he's actually backed off. It's a shame. His teammate's probably still got rev limiter bug. He does. We're going to have to... I want to watch him, but I don't want to watch him. I don't like the rev limiter bug. So let's watch David on the hard. See how he's getting on. Not the usual tyre you're going to go for on the track. It's just a little bit lacking grip and takes a little bit more to warm up. So far, all 3 fastest sectors are done by Jorn. He's got a comfortable pole position, nearly 9/10 clear already. But it's early doors. Anything can happen. Particularly if it starts to rain or clears up. Track temperature at the moment is actually 27 with this overcast conditions. Air is 18, so we'll see how they get on. David's coming in towards turn 13 and fortunately just checking his sector times. He's down by a second in sector 2 compared to Jorn, so that is the hard tyres not working well for him. He's going to be down a fair few seconds when he comes across the line. Should beat Leone there in P8. Leone is very much off the pace there with the 136.9. 5.6 seconds off the lead, and there goes David, his teammate, putting in P8 as there's yellow flags flying off for all round. Let's have a look at Jelly Melly. He's just started, never mind. Ray, he's relatively just started. What are we coming up to here? That is... oh, that's turn 5. How about Bird? See, he's just started. So we're looking towards the open end of this opening gambit for most people. Jelly Melly's one of the few drivers that still set a time out there. Faz and Frex are still out there as well. The 2 Red Bulls, yes, that's the colour they are. Sometimes I get a little confused with those colours. Let's have a look at Faz. He's still got their relative and Frex, both not putting a time in, invalidating both their laps. That's not going too well for them. So let's go back onto Jelly Melly. He's on those softs, not got the DRS open, so he looks like he's back. Well, I say he looks like he has backed off because he's not going any faster. Let's have a look at Ray. If you can add any more Rays to that name, I'm sure he'll love it. But he did just go faster than Sector 2. Is this going to be a pole position time, or is this even going to battle? It is a pole position time. He does love this track. He holds the time trial world record around here. Though that's time trial and not qualifying. That's completely different circumstances, but he does go faster than everyone. 2/10 clear of Jorn so far. As Runtz is coming towards the end of his lap. Let's see if he can jump up. As Bottas is still to put in a lap down there in 18th. Yellow flag's flying off. Hopefully it's not a car stranded. No. Pit entry here is actually quite tricky if you've lost a bit of front wing because you can just overshoot it and you end up picking up penalties, big penalties for that. His corner cuts. Really difficult to get it perfect sometimes if you're missing that front wing. Smasher is... oh, he's trying to smash her into that wall. Just backing out just the nick of time from that wall. As he's coming towards the end of sector 3, as he just has done. Still needs to put a time on the board. He's going to have to try and get something on now. We've got 9 minutes left of the session. As Sneakies is sneaking along. That Smasher losing the back end a little bit. Recovers it. He's going to lose a little bit of time, but hopefully for his sake, he can just get something on the board. That's all you need at this point in time. And final corner then for Smasher. It's going to be a 134 something. So 134.9. It is P12. But importantly, it moves him up. If you DNF from there, he would have been very low down. At least he's got a time on the board. If other people then DNF, he's got a chance of staying ahead of them. As Leclerc is out on a lap, and hopefully he won't be DNFing. And Brownie's out on another run. Pavel's going quick as well. He's just gone personal best in the first sector. If you can link together, he's actually backed off. He's in mode 0. He's had enough of that one. Must have made a mistake somewhere. Mark is out as well. He's not gone fastest in the first sector. In fact, he's actually looks like he's validated. Because somehow he's not gone fast even though the time says he has. Can't mention he's currently out there. He definitely did go fast in the first sector. It wasn't much faster, but 100th is 100th at the end of the day. If you can take a position by 100th, you're well chuffed. And so still on board with Kai's coming towards the end of the second sector. We'll see how he's doing compared to his previous. Up by 6/10. He's set for a good improvement here. All that coming in the second sector. If you can link together this final sector, he should move up. If you can get another few tenths here, he will potentially probably get P3 or 4. Most likely P4 if you can just get this last few corners linked perfectly. Looking good. Ooh, aggressive into that final corner. That just made a little mess with his time. He has a little bit. He could have had Brownlee, I think, if he didn't make those mistakes into the final couple of corners. But P5 as it stands then for Kai. Not too bad. Let's have a look. Texlave's just coming to the pits. Bottas is run out of fuel, so he's not going anywhere. What about AD down there in 16th place? Still needing to set a time here. And guaranteed, if you set a time, it's guaranteed to move up at least one place as it stands for AD. And if people keep invalidating, just moving up a place is great. Because if all the people below him invalidate, he's doing right. Final corner then for an AD, and it is P14. A little bit off the pace, but hopefully that's just the mediums not working too well for him, and he can come out on some softs on a final run and show us what he's got. Jelly Melly and Bird, the two McLarens, back out on track. They've both just started their lap. As Brownie gets thrown into the way of Bird, hopefully Brownie will get out of the way or just accelerate out of his way. And Brownie just pulls off to the side. Bird goes on through. And so let's have a look who's currently we're looking at. We'll just stay on board. Let's have a look quickly at these guys. Frex and Faz, they've just, well, Fraz is actually coming towards the end of his lap. Let's see if you can get a lap on the board then. And he needs to just get a time as it stands. He will, if he gets a decent time anyway, he should move up a couple of places. He is on the mediums, but he does have some pace. 2 corners left for Faz then. A little bit of traffic, a bit of a wobble off there. That could cost him a bit. It's going to be a 33 on the nose, and that's half decent at the end of the day. It's up to P8, and that is, let's just check, second best of the medium runners, which he'll be quite happy with. And let's see how his teammates doing in mode 3 at the moment. Let's have a look back at the Bird as he's coming towards the final corner. His teammate Jelly Melly's just gone 11th. Where's Bird going to put this? He's going to put P4. Not bad at all. Still the man to beat out there is Ray. Is Yawn the only man that's going to be beating here today? Where are they both? Ray is coming up towards turn 5, I believe that is. Yes, it is. So he's got a fair distance to go. Yawn's going to get a little bit of tow here off Texlave if he gets this right. Oh, Texlave is weaving. If I was Yawn, I'd be getting a little bit worried about that. Could have had a little tow, but Texlave is out of the way. So Yawn's coming towards the end of sector 2, up by 3/10, nearly 3/10. Still no purple sectors in that first part of the lap. He does hold the fastest final sector. Can he improve on that this final sector and clinch pole as it stands? He should have it. But here we go, final corner then for Yawn. Is he going to get it into the 30s? Just as Browning has retired in Sector 2. That must have been an accident. See if we can get a glimpse of it. I don't think we're going to. I'm not entirely sure where in Sector 2 it is. Sector 2 is quite long. It's turn 5 to turn 12. So, as I was just about to look at Ray, but he has just pipped Yawn there. And 2/10 clear at the top. Let's have a look further back. Where's Tech Slave? He has just started that lap. So I'll come back to him. Where's Mark? He's coming towards the end of Sector 2. He's up by nearly a second. He needs to be up by nearly a second. He's down from the top by 2 seconds. So this should reel him in just a bit more. And he'll be... Well, he should get this into 131s. Final couple of corners then for him. If you can get this in the low 31s, 31.2, 31.3, somewhere around there, he should jump up to P3. 31.1. Great lap there from Mark. He has put that P3. That's a change from mediums to softs. It's done that. Big difference between those two tyres. And Tech Slave then is out of lappers. Ray has left the session. That's not good from him. Tech Slave's backed off. He's down by a second and a half, so he won't be going any faster. Ray's got back in. I think he might have just... It's interesting. As Pavel has retired from session. What's happened there? That's the yellow 1 and 2. Unless he's just done a lap and thought, oh, I might as well retire, I'm not going to beat it. But yeah, so I thought I saw rain there for a moment, but I'm seeing things. Okay, so who's currently out on a lap? Where are we looking? No one's really out on lap. We've got people on out laps. Bottas has just started said out lap. They're in 12th, just missing out on the top 10 at the moment. Hopefully he'll be able to get it up there towards the end. And the shootout for first and second is on. And they'll be coming out of the pits momentarily to start that lap. Hopefully they're going to have time. It's going to be cutting it quite fine for those two. As Ray has... I don't want to start making something out of nothing, but Ray conveniently left the session, rejoined, his car got reset to the pit lane, and he's earned himself an extra lap. Yawn has been unable to do this. Ray was behind Yawn on track, so Ray has just benefited from leaving the session and rejoining to give himself an extra lap. I think the stewards might be looking into this one, because that should be a straight up... Well, should be a race ban for that sort of thing. That's disgusting to see. Let's have a look at Rance while we're waiting. He's just started a lap, so he'll be going towards the end of first sector. Let's see how he's doing in comparison to his previous. It's changed to say he's an out lap. That's really helpful, game. Thank you very much. How's David doing? He's down there in 16th. He's coming towards the end of sector 2. He's up by 1.6 seconds as Rance has left the session. He's retired from the session, sorry, not left. David is looking good. He's up by a little bit. If he can get up a couple of seconds or maybe more, he should move up the grid. Potentially up to P8, P9 sort of range. There's a big gap between 8 and 9 at the moment. Maybe that is the gap he's looking to slot into. And he invalidated. He's up by 2.5 seconds. Invalidated, and that is the end of it for him. As Kai also says, that's the end of it for me. P8 for him. What about Leclerc? He's coming towards... He's only up by a little bit. Leclerc is really struggling out here today. As Ray has gone fastest in the first sector. David's retired. He's had enough. Leclerc coming up to the final couple of corners then. Getting a lot of retires now. We're at the end of qualifying. Just people now need to finish their laps. And Leclerc jumps up to P14. What about Frex? He's in the pits. What about his teammate? Oh, running very well. There was definitely some damage in that wall. Looks like someone's had a little incident there. As Bird is still on his way. Yeah, definitely. I think it looks like someone's crashed into that wall. But Bird is out there at the moment. Ray will be going faster. He's up by 2/10. just keeping out the wall there. He's gone fastest in the first and second sector, but I suspect the stewards might be looking at this post-race. So it's all for now at the end of the day. He may end up getting disqualified or something. But that's not up to me, that's up to the stewards. I know what I saw. As Bird then coming out towards the final couple of corners. Just needs to find a little bit here. Rance isn't too far ahead if you can just get past him. And it didn't look like he got past him, just with the confirmation there. And no, he didn't, so he's staying P5. And there we go, that is the end of your qualifying. And we'll get confirmation of positions. There we go. So Ray taking pole from Yorn, then Mark, Rant, Bird, Pavel, Brownie, Kai, Faz, and Texley running out top 10. Faz actually qualifying on the mediums there in 9th place. That could be interesting come the race. DRB there in 11th, followed by Frex, Bottas, Leclerc, AD, Jelly David, Sneaky, Smasher, and Leonie running out the grid for you. So obviously top 10, some what they qualified. Those missed out get free choice. What they're going to go for, we're going to find out for you in a moment. And just now waiting for them to load up. There we go. So just waiting for drivers to set up their car, make any adjustments they need to in terms of front wing and tyre pressure. That's the only thing they can change now in Parc Ferme. But they can, those who missed out in top 10 can set their tyres. Everyone can set their fuels. And we'll see what they do. As we're just now waiting for everyone to get themselves final up. As we're in the last few seconds before not qualifying, the formation lap starts. I'm getting a bit behind myself there. So just right now for sneaking in, we'll be underway with the formation. We'll be able to see what tyres everyone's gone for. Hopefully soon, sometime maybe. We're just still waiting for Sneaky. Hopefully he can get himself sorted and we can get this underway. And I think we might be heading towards the restart at this rate, unless something can be done. And I think it's not looking that way. Well, Sneaky's not really sneaking back in. I think he needs to right about now. Assuming he's not had connection issues or anything. It might just be the game's having problems. Well, we're still waiting. I haven't got a BRB screen, have I? So we just wait for a little bit longer, and hopefully Sneaky will get himself back in. And he's left the session, so that's unfortunately. He's got disqualified for being parked in a dangerous location. That's interesting. Well, we'll see what happens. Might be just disqualified from the formation up. Hopefully he can get himself back in and have a chance at doing the race. And let's have a quick look while we're waiting for the formation to be done. Let's have a look at those tyres. So yeah, as is obviously for the top 10, they start on what they qualified on. And so only 3 drivers in the bottom 10 going to be starting on those medium tyres, and everyone else on the soft. So see if those mediums can work for them, see if they can push a long opening stint. Or is that indication that it could rain? We've got a track of 26, air of 18 here today. So we'll see how that works. Does that 1 degree low on track signify that we could be having rain? We will find out as this race goes. We've got 27 laps here at the Sochi Autodrome around the Olympic Park. I do love the scenery in this track. I'm not a massive fan of the track itself, but the scenery is beautiful. As you can see off sort of pretty much everywhere you look, there's something to do with the Winter Olympics. The flames actually around turn 3 actually go round the outside of that area, and so where are we? We're coming towards the back end of turn 1. There you go, nice roller coaster. And so we're now waiting for Ray to get the pack around, and they're going to take up their positions at the start. And the Smashers had a little coming together, and they are already on grid. So that's 1 or 2 less cars to worry about for the front lot. They will not lose. They'll lose slightly less temperature in those tyres, and hopefully they've got enough. And we're going to be keeping our eyes firmly on the front 5 here as they go off the grid. Wondering how powerful that slipstream is going to be in towards turn 2. We saw it in the official F1. Quite often they do tactical style. It didn't really work out for Ferrari that time, but well, it worked out for Ferrari unless your name is Leclerc. But we are now on grid, and the lights are coming on. Sneaky's in the pits. He's P6. The lights are off, and we're off then. And I don't think Sneaky's going to be able to get back in, but everyone's away cleanly. Yawn has jumped Ray off the start. Ray is now down already into 3rd place, sorry, as Bird is looking to size him up as we go down towards turn 2. Everyone away cleanly. They're trying to go 3-4 wide here. That's not going to end well for that Merc. That's Kai just sticking it in a little bit too much. He's come off a little bit bad there, as Ray has recovered a place. Let's go on board with Rances. He's on the back end of Brownie to go through turn 4. Getting that power down. Don't want to step out too wide there. Rances looking down the inside of Brownie. That going to win badly. He just went so deep. Oh, big collision. That's TechSlave hoping he could drive through there. A lot of wing damage flying out all over the place there. And I think most of that is potentially on TechSlave. And Rance will have lost a little bit on that front right. And yeah, you can see, look at that front right, completely demolished. There's nothing left on there other than a bit of... Okay, Jelly Belly's saying hello to the wall. Massive slide off that corner, and we've still somehow got 19 cars running. Jelly Belly, I think, might have picked up some damage from that slide. He definitely went to say hello to the wall. And yeah, front left damage there on that for McLaren. But TechSlave with severe damage, he will be coming into the pits this lap. He can't realistically continue with that amount of damage. And Leclerc says thanks for the overtake. And through comes Jelly Belly as well. So TechSlave not having the best opening lap. Leclerc's getting squeezed up against the wall in front of him. All the action is happening in the back end of this track. And that's a rotated Jelly Belly as well. That's more damage onto that McLaren. And he's going to bring that one into the pits. Or not. I thought he was going to bring that one in, but it looked like it was, then he decided against it. But he has severe damage now on that McLaren, and it's not going to be working well for him. So let's have a little look further up at Pavel. Is on the rear of Brownie. Brownie escaping the early contact. As there's movements up ahead as Mark and Bird are swapping places. A little nudge there on Bird. Ooh, that's nearly a wall there. And Bird now slotting into P4. He's still on the rear of Mark. It's not all over yet. Long way to go in this race. Just needs to bide his time. Wait for the opportunity to make the overtake. Out front though, Yorn got the early lead. He's now being pressurised by Ray as well. So we'll keep our eyes on that. Let's have a quick look at the big losers and gainers as Bird's sizing up Mark. Bird is up a place so far. Is he going to be up 2 places? No, Mark defends that one. Bird's going to look for something off the corners, but there's nothing there. Big gainers so far though. David is up 7 places. Smash is up 6. And Leonie's up 5. Obviously all being helped by the opening lap incidents. And obviously Sneaky is dropping down as well. That's helped them out a little bit. But big talking point at the moment is Ray has lost the place in the opening lap. He may have just gone fastest, and he's already sizing up Yorn as DRS has been enabled and will be available immediately. Let's have a quick... Although this one's looking more like an overtake. That is an overtake. Let's quickly flick up to Ray down the inside of Yorn. He has the place Jorn was going to fight back at him. If he can get the inside here, he might take it straight back off him. He has. That is great awareness there from Jorn to just slide back down the inside of turn 3. But Ray Ray's coming back at him down into turn 4. Nearly contact together there. Jorn holding off Ray Ray for now. As we're going to have a quick look further back, David and DRB. A little train starting to form here. This is all on the back of Browning at the moment. Faz is going to be potentially breaking outside the 1 second window on those mediums as Pavel picks up our first penalty. Bottas down here in 12th on the rear end of Frex. Mediums versus mediums here. No tyre advantage for either driver. And he's going to be hoping he can get the drive off this corner and have a shot at making the overtake as David and DRB swap places. Bottas is looking a little bit too far back, but you never know, you might fancy a slide through. He is closing in, but I don't think he's going to close in enough. He's in mode 1 anyway, so he's not going to close in that much. Let's have a little look further up. Ray Ray is still on the back end of Jorn. They're starting to pull away a little bit from the bird. 1.3 is the gap there. There's a yellow in sector 3. That is Pavel. He's had a little off. See if I can catch up and have a look what's happened to him. Oh, that's not a little off. That is a big off in a big way. Where is that? It looks almost like he's been pushed into the wall there. That's not a place you normally have an accident like that. He's going to have to bring that one back to the pits and get a new nose change and 5 second penalty to go with his troubles. And he's retired from the session at the same time. He's rather annoyed with that one. As Jorn and Ray Ray battling it out for the race lead. Ray Ray now slotting in behind. He's looking once again down the inside. And he's not getting through there. Jorn holding him off now. Pavel has retired and left. So he is done for the day. But Jorn is holding him off as Jenny Melly picks up a penalty down there in 14th place. And this battling between Ray Ray and Jorn has brought Bird into it. And that also brings Mark into it. So if Bird is alert, he might be able to have a double overtake on the home straight next time around. He's got to stick on the back end of Ray Ray. And Ray Ray's trying to stick on the back end of Jorn. He's going to go down the inside here. Jorn almost just sort of lets him through, knowing that he's going to have a better overtaking opportunity coming up. As Bird picks up a 3 second penalty down in 3rd place. Bird is currently the fastest man on track. He's done a 35.481. Fastest of anyone, but picking up a penalty there is not going to help him. As Jorn now will be sizing up Ray Ray for a pass on this DRS straight. He's going to have pressure from behind as well, which is Bird. All down to the drive off the corner. Ray Ray actually gets a good drive off and starting to pull away a little bit from here from Jorn. DRS is now coming open. Where's Bird? He's sitting in behind. He's closing in a little bit onto Jorn as well, but no one's going to be making any moves here. There's Bird, again off track. He's got to try and avoid that because he could pick up more penalties. In fact, he most likely will pick up more penalties. David and DRB swap places. That's for 8th and 9th. And looks like they are still battling, actually. I thought there was a big gap there for them, but they're still going for it. DRB's down the inside, holding off David. They're just going to look for that switch back. In fact, he's going for the nudge back on DRB. And David now going to hold P9 as Ray gets his first penalty. Not entirely surprising, if you ask me. I was saying on this track, it is such an easy track to pick up penalties. And Ray's just shown us how easy it is as he's picked up that 3 second penalty. And we're only on lap 5 of 27. And Jorn will now be trying to keep on the back of him. Oh, a little bit of lagging going on there. Mark and Bird apparently swap places, but yet they're massively apart. So I think it might have been a little bit of lag there. But Bird is on the rear of Jorn. As we're coming towards the end of lap 5, we'll do a quick penalty rundown for you in a moment. As Mark picks up a 3 second penalty there. It's all working in favour of Jorn at the moment, and that's Bird is hitting these corners so fine. That's a big slide. That's going to compromise his exit as well. That's going to allow Mark a chance. It's a very small chance, but still a chance. He's not really going to push for it. He's only in mode 2. Let's have a little look further back then. David and DRB going at it once again. David with that DRS. DRB is going to be a sitting duck here. Oh, David switched it back there. That was an interesting move. Is it made it work? He has, and that is pressure straight again from the Haas. This is how DRB took it back last time. He went around the outside of 3. Looks like David has this that's on board with DRB as he's looking, and that's all he can do is just look. Nothing he can do about it. And he's in P9 now. He's got to hope that he can stay away from Bottas gang. He's just about to break it and has just broken that DRS window of 1 second. But quickly, penalty rundown for you. I know it's early doors, but there are penalties flying in left, right and centre. As you can see, Bird has just picked up another one. So as it stands, if you don't hear the name, no penalties. So Ray, 3 seconds. 6 seconds for Bird, 3 for Mark. Then it's 3 for David. And 3 for Jelly Melly. And that is it. So if you didn't hear the name, there are no penalties to be applied to them. Which is good if your name is Yawn. Because the 3 drivers you're battling with all have penalties and you have none. As David on DRB getting closer, swish up quickly to the front as they're coming towards that DRS section. Bird getting a better drive off that final corner than he did last time. He's got a chance of just closing up a little bit onto Yawn as there's a yellow flag flying out there. It's like Kai might have had an incident. And Yawn is not doing anything. Kai is falling back, I think. Definitely looks like he's had a little incident. He's just dropped back a few places. DRB and Bottas in front of him are swapping over. No, they're not. DRB holds. Let's see if we can see. I think Kai might have some issues. He's not. Oh, he's got no wing. That's an issue. So he'll be bringing this one back to the pits. That's 100% missing wing. Not where he wanted. He's really going to struggle through all these corners now, just to keep it pointed in the right direction. As Mark and Bird are starting to close up a little bit. Bird was just outside the 1 second window to Yawn. He's now closed it back up. But he has a little bit of pressure coming from Mark behind. But talking of pressure, Yawn is looking like he's going to have it. Kai has retired. Unfortunate day for him. A decent qualifying. Unfortunately, it's not worked for him in the race. And Yawn is trying to get up onto the back of Ray. And not going to have it just yet. So DRS is coming up for them in a minute. Starting to approach the pit window. I'm just going to try and work out when the pit window is. I think it's probably going to be around 12, 13 sort of section. I thought I just saw a bit of a wing in the wall on the left hand side. Maybe Kai lost it on the final corner and put it in the wall as Yawn goes through. But Ray dives in deep into that corner. Didn't really leave room for Yawn on the Yawn on the apex, but Yawn is through. Or not anymore. Ray has it back. I think Yawn might have been given an overtake off track penalty. Don't know, but Ray just wobbles through the corner. It's going to give Yawn a chance. And Yawn can't do anything about it. He's going to have to sit on the back end of Ray for a little bit. And Yawn will not be coming through just yet, but he's got Mark right on the back end of him. One mistake from any of these front 4 and it could be a big mistake. Yawn's just got to keep it clean at the moment. He has no penalties to his name. Ray in front has 3. Mark behind has 3. Bird behind him has 6. And Yawn is going to go around the outside here on Ray, and he has. And he's made that one stick. There we go. I couldn't switch. And oh, Mark's come through as well. Ray has just dropped off the boil there. Has he just cooked those tyres a little bit? He could lose out to Bird. He's just lost 2 places in a matter of corners. And Bird will be sizing him up here on the home straight. The problem is Ray is a very good time trialist. And has he brought a time trial setup to a race? Which just means your tyres will die so quickly. And Bird is sizing up. Ray doesn't have DRS. I think his DRS is broken. That is not going to help him. Oh, Mark with a big tank slapper coming off the corner. Bird is sizing up Ray. He's trying to go around the outside of 3. Is he going to go into 4? No, he's not. Another penalty for Bird. 9 seconds to the Bird now, and Brownie's joining the battle here for, well, for all the top 5 places. And I'm just getting word on tyres. Pit stops expected, as I said earlier, probably around 12, maybe 11, depending how much you've lost batting with other drivers, particularly if your name's Ray. You seem to be really struggling with grip now. Is that a case of he's just overcooked those tyres? Yawn is now looking pretty, he's starting to pull away from Mark, even with Mark's DRS. Ray doesn't have it, and Bird is starting to size him up. I think Bird might have him on the home straight, if not before. He's looking all ready to go for it. But Ray's just really now struggling with grip. And so is Bird, actually. He's just had a massive tank slapper there. And this is going to bring Brownie even more into the frame than it already was. 2 Williams is running well, 3rd and 5th at the moment. David with a penalty down there in 8th place. And Brownie's not really going to get past Bird, but is Bird going to get past Ray? The gap is quite big. And I don't think he's going to be getting anywhere near him. No, he's not. Yawn still leading out front. Mark is still there. But if Yawn can now string together a good second sector, he has a chance of breaking that DRS. Detection point for the back straight DRS is just before turn 10. Detection point for the one on the home straight is sort of just before it, really. I think my line's a little bit out on this, but it shows it's sort of halfway down the home straight before turn 1. That's kind of where the DRS opens, so I think the detection point might be somewhere slightly different. Bird's now dropping off the back a little bit, and he's now lost that DRS to Ray. Ray, has he got his DRS fixed just yet? No, he hasn't. He's still suffering with that problem. Bird's going to come under pressure here from Brownie. He doesn't have DRS, but that's because he's not close enough to Ray to get it. And Brownie's, oh, I thought he was going to go for that. Maybe he's just trying to put Bird off his game a little bit. I don't think Bird needs a hand at the moment. He's not been having the best race. We're on lap 10. He's got 9 seconds of penalties. He needs to sort out what he's doing, because it's not going to work for him come the checker flag. As it looks like it is pit stop window then. So, Yawn, Mark, Ray, and Bird. Bird just got 3-second penalty for cutting corners on the pit entry. Someone else got one as well. Who was that? I didn't see it. Just saw something flash up. I missed it, but I don't think... Oh, it was Bird got another penalty. Was that... He did. So Bird is now on 15 seconds of penalties. He was 9 coming into the pits. That's not worked too well for him, that pit entry, I don't think. And it's worked out well for Mark, though, because he's ahead of Ray, and Bird needs to now try and catch up. I don't think... Based on this, Bird is going to finish last with all the penalties he's got, which is really unfortunate as Yawn gets past Frex. And he's straight up onto the rear of Smasher. And this is so important now for these front runners to get past the... They're not even back markers, they're the guys who haven't pitted. Yawn is going to be looking to try and make a move really soon, and so is Mark, because Mark needs to get past Frex to stay with Yawn. Yawn just wants to get past Smasher before Mark gets past Frex to give himself that 2-car cushion. As Mark is eyeing up and round the outside there. Frex, beautiful overtake. And he's now DRSing up towards Yawn, but Yawn is now going past Smasher through turn 12. Yawn is through, and importantly ahead now, which now leaves Mark to try and get past Smasher as well. It's just not close enough at the moment. Ray's going to try and get past Frex, and this is so important for these guys to make these overtakes, and that's going to help. That Smasher coming into the pits, he's now cleared the way, but Ray's got a car still ahead of him, and he will have a chance here. Frex is outside DRS, which he is. Ray has DRS and will go past Frex on the straight. And where is Brownie coming out? There goes Ray past Frex. Oh, that looked like a nudge. He's got away with it. And a big corner cut there for Ray. And a 3-second penalty to boot. And that is not good news for him. After 6 seconds of penalties for him, he's now matching Mark ahead of him. As Leone's picking up more and more penalties, not good news for him. And a 5-second penalty to boot as well. It's not going too well for some drivers there today, unfortunately. Where did Brownie run out? Brownie came out just there. He's a little bit off the back of Bird. Obviously pitted a lap later. And that could all come towards fruition at the end of the race. He has, uncharacteristically, and I'm going to regret saying this because I have a bad history of jinxing Brownie. Uncharacteristically, Brownie is on 0 seconds of penalties, which doesn't often happen, in all fairness to him. He's a great driver, but he does have the knack of picking up penalties. And actually, I think if he can keep this completely clear, he could be on the podium, on the second step of the podium, really. Three out of the 4 drivers ahead of him have penalties. Or 3 of the 4 drivers he's actually racing against. So Jorn obviously sitting on none. He's got a nice little 2-second lead already over Mark. So Ray goes fastest. Mark and Ray both have 6 seconds. Bird has a quite surprisingly large 15 seconds to his name. And Ray and Mark do swap places up ahead. And Ray will now be trying to hunt down Jorn. As Leclerc picks up another penalty back there in 17, that puts him on 6. Let's just see. Yeah, we're gonna have I think we're gonna have a little quiet period now, until Jorn catches up with the front lot or some other people start closing in. So we'll do a quick penalty rundown for you. If you don't hear their name, they don't have anything. So second place Bottas, 3 seconds. Then Jorn with none. Then Ray and Mark, as I both mentioned, with 15 seconds for Bird. Brownie on 0. 3 seconds then for Frex and Liam. David there in 10th on 6. DRB and Smasher both on 0. Tech Slave on 3. AD on 6. 3 then for Jelly. 6 seconds for Leone. And in 17th, Leclerc is also on 6 as David picks up a 3-second penalty there, puts him on 9 seconds. It's not going well for him. He's going to lose points as it stands. As Leone has unfortunately lost the car. Where is that? Ooh, that's a big crash. How's that not going to cause a safety car? I don't know. Race leaders are coming to that point now. Is it cleared? Oh, we're still there. That could prove fun. I think ghosting's on here, but can you imagine going through that and realising ghosting's not on? Well, if you guys understand how the safety car works, please explain to me, because that should be a safety car. There's a car in the middle on the racing line, but nothing happened. And we are still racing. Weather's still looking quite overcast. It's still 26 on the track, 18 in the air. No sign of rain if it is coming. And I don't know if it is going to come. I don't really get weather updates. I kind of hope to get weather updates, but they never come. Let's have a look then at Ray. Starting to hunt down a little bit onto Jorn. 1.56 now is the gap between these two. They are net first and second. As Ailey gets the penalty back there in 14th place. 11 laps in on those hard tyres. How long can he make those last? Can he push those to the end of the race? Be interesting to see. As Ray can now just sort of smell the back end of Jorn through those slow corners. As Jorn's trying to hunt down Bottas. This could be... If Jorn gets the Bottas before Bottas pits, then he will help. Well, he'll be helped. And he can start putting away a little bit from Ray. Particularly if he gets DRS and passes before Ray gets DRS and passes. We'll soon see. We're still on 15 of 27, so fair few laps left, and this could all change. As Bird, more woes to his name. That's 18 seconds of penalties to the McLaren driver. It's not his day. And if you look at 18 seconds from where Bird is in 6th, that puts him on, I'm trying to do some maths, 21-ish. He's going to drop down to P8-ish at the moment, give or take a tenth or two. It's not going well for him. Apologies, you're going to sneeze. There we go, I've done my sneezing. So, AED's coming into the pits there from 14th. Got a bit of a gap towards Jelly. Will come out with some nice fresh tyres though. Potentially going to be some soft tyres going on that car. Let's have a quick look at AD in the pit lane. Yep, fresh softs going on that car. And where is Jelly? Jelly's just come around the final corner. So AD is on his way out the pit lane. And will come out behind Jelly, but some very racy tyres on AD's car. Gives him a chance of catching up. And speaking of catching up, Ray is now right on the 1 second window. He's not going to get DRS here. And he's got to be careful. He's on yellow fuel. And Jorn isn't on yellow fuel. Which does mean that's a little bit more oomph left in Jorn's car. As Ray still hunting for that 1 second window. 1.1 is the gap now. Ray really cooked his tyres. Soft tyres in that opening stint. Jorn was actually still looking good. Had to pit because everyone else is about to pit. And he didn't want to lose track position. But he's still out there in the lead effectively at the moment. With Faz and Bottas still requiring a pit stop. Jorn is still net race lead. Brownie's on the verge of catching up to Bird as well. That's now just coming to the 1 second window. As so has Ray's gap to Jorn, and that will be some DRS down this back straight. Just allow Ray to catch up just a little bit more. But he's got to be careful, he's using a lot of ERS here. As another penalty there to Ray. That's not good news for him. 9 seconds to penalties on Ray. Interesting enough, Jorn is on 0 still. There are a few drives still on 0. Obviously Jorn and Brownie, the big two. And who else is it? Smasher has 0 as well. So they may not be getting the race win if your name is Smasher. But you'll still be quite happy to cross the line and have no penalties. It's not an easy thing to do here. And yeah, so Smasher, as it stands, will definitely gain positions through penalties. Well, not definitely actually, because David is on 9. He's not quite in that drop zone. It's going to be close. Smasher might get points if he can close up onto the back of DRB. DRB has 3 seconds to his name. As Leclerc picks up more penalties than his. Puts him on 9 seconds down there in 16th place. And they're coming in thick and fast here. There's more penalties there to 80. That's 12 seconds for him. As he's catching up to Jellyman, let's have a quick look at that. That's going to be soft tyres on mediums. Is 80 going to go for the overtake before we even get to the start finish rate? Looking like he's sizing him up. But he's sticking in for now. Smasher there, unfortunately, has now left it with 2 people with no penalties. I had high hopes for him to actually benefit from having nothing, but unfortunately he has picked up 1. Leclerc has DNF'd in sector 3. Is that a pit lane retirement? It might have been. I don't know, he's not changed tyres, so I can't really tell, but AD's sizing up Jelly Melly and not going to make it, unfortunately. So, reset and go again. Meanwhile, out front, Ray is closing out to the back, and Leclerc has left the session. That's not good news. But Ray is on the back end of Jorn. He may have a hefty collection of penalties to his name, but doesn't mean he can't challenge for the race lead. Speaking of challenging, Brownie is challenging Bird. Let's have a quick look at that. 0.25 is the gap between 4th and 5th. Bird with more penalties than laps completed, unfortunately for him. Brownie's going to come through with relative ease here, or is he? He's down the inside. Has he got that to stick? Not yet. Ooh, yes, he has. So Browning is now up to P4, and Faz in 6th place has only 3 seconds of penalties to his name. Bottas has just picked up his 6 seconds. So they've still got a chance back there of getting past Bird. Bird could stumble big time here on the checker flag, particularly if he keeps up how he's been going so far. It's not been a good day for him. Although he's trying and has successfully and unsuccessfully now making a move on Brownie. A little bit of nudging going on there as well to boot. But Brownie holds him off. And his extra lap of tyres just helping him a little bit more. And I know Brownie is listening in to this race to help himself keep an eye on the penalties for people around. If your name is Brownie and you're listening, Mark is 6 seconds, just over 6 seconds up the field and has 6 seconds of penalties. Ray is just over 9 seconds up the field and has 9 seconds of penalties. So put your foot down and catch him up. Come on. Stop battling with Bird and get going. Right, let's have a look up front then. Ray and Yawn are still relatively close as Bird and Brownie. I don't think they've really given up actually. Let's go back to them. They're still going. I was wondering if they're doing this on purpose, just to have a little bit of a game. There you go, there you go, there you go, there you go. Brownie is still in 5th place. He's dropped back for now. And he really needs to get past Bird if he wants to catch up to Mark. I'm sure he knows that. But if he can get past Bird, then he has a chance of catching up. He's just got to get past and stay past. That's the big challenge for Brownie. ERS levels are relatively similar as well. And he's now closing off on the Bird in this DRS. He won't go for it just yet. Bird runs very deep into that corner. Bird's soft tyres went off much quicker than everyone else's. So I'm just wondering if he's going to run out of medium tyres on the last few laps. And he's struggling already here. Brownie is trying to come past. He's going to have to... Oh, he's trying to go around the outside. That's not going to work out well for him. Look at Bird. He's twitching all over the place. He looks like he's trying to wear binoculars. He's twitching that much. For those who don't realise the reference, twitching is what you call bird watchers. And the amount of twitching he's doing makes me think he is a bird watcher. Brownie is going to come past, and conveniently his name is Bird actually. I've only just realised that. They both mess up the corner. Brownie picks up a 3-second penalty as a result. Bird doesn't pick up anything. And Brownie just carried a little bit too much speed into that. But he has the position for now. And can now try and catch up to Mark. Although he needs to catch up considerably amount of time. Out front, Ray and Yawn still going at it. Smasher and Flex. Flex just changing position. I just want to have a look at it. Too late, unfortunately. Flex is now up to P10. Smasher has a wall. If he can hold on, we'll get back past him. We're on lap 20 of 27. There are plenty of penalties to be applied post-race. And I think we're going to see a lot of movement as well, so don't think this race is over until that everyone has finished, because there's going to be a lot of movement as Brownie and Bird show us there's a bit of movement. Brownie's still ahead of Bird. Bird is all over the back of him, and Bird is really fighting for... he's almost battling for P8 here with the amount of penalties he's got. He's battling, yeah. He's going to drop so far back on the checker flag. And he's going to lose out to Faz and Bottas, who are coming up behind him. Bottas does have 9 seconds penalties, but it's nothing in comparison to Bird's 18. DRS then here for Bird. Brownie goes defensive. Oh, Bird had to back off of it. I'm not sure what Bird was doing there. Brownie just gives him no space there. A little bit of wheel banging here. That could end badly. I'm not going to get a good view from back there. Definite wheel banging there. There's no love lost between these two. Big crash than that. I think is a... Well, it's probably a semi-deliberate punch from both drivers there on each other. And, well, they're both going to lose out at the end of the day. Brownie will drop back. Bird will drop back as well. Bottas gang goes through on both of them. But boys with toys once again. And they've only really ruined each other's race. And Bird is... They're both going to be coming in the pits though. Bird was severely more damaged than Brownie on his wing. But the amount of damage they both got is kind of irrelevant at the end of the day. Although it says only 44% to me on Brownie's front left. He does have more than 44%, that's for sure. He has 0% that wing left. So both be bringing it into the pits. Brownie did pick up a 3-second penalty earlier on the approach. So they are coming in. They'll change wings and go out on a set of softs and resume it all over again by my guess. Meanwhile behind, DRB and Smasher relatively close still. Mark with another penalty. That's up to 9 seconds for him. He had a chance of coming past Ray through penalties, but it's not working out for him. Brownie is ahead. No, he's not. Bird is ahead of Brownie. Fresh tyres on both those cars. I kind of want to watch other people, but I think this one might end in fireworks. And not the fun kind. So, Brownie's come out. He's going to be about 2 seconds off the back of Bird once they get up to racing speed. And what is going to happen on these closing laps? They're not batting now for points. Bird is well out of it with all these penalties. Smasher's in a good position still. He might have a chance of gaining something here. Not if he does that though. So unfortunately, I might have overdone it for him. I did say he had 0 seconds of penalties earlier. He's now increased it to 9, I believe. Although it's only saying 6 on my screen. I thought he was up to 9, but no, money is on 6 according to what I see. Out front, Yawn does have a 3-second as well, so no one is now penalty free. But Yawn has still got 6 seconds less than Ray in second place. As Texas picks up another penalty for himself. We'll do a final penalty rundown for you shortly. Let's just watch the conclusion of this battle. As Smasher is up to P8, Yawn with another penalty. He needs to calm it down. If he picks up another couple, then he's under big problems. Smasher driving aggressively there. DRB's got a chance here, but Liam is going to try and make the move before the DRS comes. Liam, nearly running out of space there. He's going to come through on DRB. And that's worked out well for Smasher. He's been unchallenged there, but Liam loses out to DRB. Smasher's holding on to the post for now, and there's a Mozzie flying around me. Well, it looks like a Mozzie. Bottas guy with a 3-second penalty. Oh, Liam going down the inside. That could end bad. He's not touched the rear. DRB, that's good though. And Bird is on the back of this. He sends one down the inside there of Liam. Brownie's now catching up to the back end and will do similar sort of thing as DRB runs very wide. Bird's looking for a gap. Just getting run out of room a little bit there. Bird is still trying to come through and comes ahead for now on DRB. Is he going to get DRS? Yes, he is. He's not using it. He's got a DRS fault. He's not using his DRS as Brownie comes through. Oh, okay. Okay, right. That looked more like a punt than the other one. DRB's just been pushed into the wall, losing front left damage there. I think Brownie wants another slice of bird pie. This could be interesting. This is home straight. I was going to do a penalty rundown, but I think our eyes are going to be firmly fixed on what happens here. Smasher gets a little bit of a wheel spin off the final corner. Bird is going to have the slipstream. Does he have his DRS fixed yet? Yes, he does. And now he's sizing up. Smasher's going to make the overtake already. Brownie is still coming as well. Is he going to go for the double here? Bird goes defensive. Brownie sends one down the inside. Oh, A little bit of contact there. I think nothing really of it. Brownie could have broken a little late earlier. But now he's going to try and make the move here on Bird. But Bird is down the inside. Brownie's playing Russian drift by the looks of things. And Bird's having to go defensive. Brownie's trying to get an overtake anywhere he can. And Bird just leaves him a little bit more space than Brownie left him the last time around. Or a couple of times before that. And now they are still battling. This is for P8 and 9. This is all for now at the end. That almost looked like a hit. Could have just been a mistake. And oh, a little nudge there. That's Bird going off track. Let's see what happens on this corner. This could be interesting. Is this just going to be a Bird full send it, no braking, or... No, he's broked. And Brownie's having to go defensive. Oh, was that... Looking like they're brake checking each other. Bird now has front wing damage as a result of that. Brownie can have a little bit more freedom for now, unless Bird is going to do something stupid. They're about to start lap 25 of 27. Ray has the race lead. We've kind of missed that. Yawn is still poised to take it if he can stay within 3 seconds of Ray. Here comes Bird now with DRS on Brownie. Goes to the inside, sends it down, but very deep into the corner. That's going to allow Brownie to come straight back past. And that's actually a great view of what could possibly happen. Brownie is just a nose ahead, but Bird is coming back through a little wheel to wheel once again. And they are still going wheel to wheel. Bird is technically ahead of Brownie, but Brownie's back down the inside. Bird's looking for that switchback. Brownie with another 3-second penalty. And Bird is back down to P9. And Brownie runs very wide. And they're picking up penalties left, right and centre. Bottas gang actually has 15 seconds, so he might lose out to Faz. And Bird is trying to get past Brownie, though he has so many more penalties. 18 seconds on Bird's to Brownie's 9. They are battling for nothing really at the end of the day. I think they might have had a little Twitter spat during the week as well, which has probably ignited this battle between these two. I say a Twitter spat. Brownie's not even on Twitter, but Bird was, I think, was having a go at him for something. I didn't really pay attention to it. That's probably where most of this come from. Ray picks up another penalty. That is almost gifted Yawn the win. They are on lap 26 of 27. And these guys are now starting that 26 to 27 lap. Smasher trying to make moves on Brownie. But Brownie trying to make moves here on Bird. Bird is all over the place. Brownie's going to come through. That's a terrible camera angle. Why can't we get a good one? That'll do. Bird goes full send it. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see something even more dirty towards the end of this race. Brownie's trying to come through here on Bird. Brownie's going to run him out of road. Brownie runs out of road himself. And it's not looking the cleanest races between these two. Smasher's sitting off the back of this going, what on earth are you guys doing? Please take it easy. I want to get past you lot and get some points. But if you guys keep doing what you're doing, I'm not going to get anything, because you're going to take me out as well. And he's got Liam right on his tail. Liam's got a few more seconds of penalties than Smasher, so it's looking like Smasher should end up with points here today. It is the final lap for the race leaders. These guys are still on lap 26. Brownie's going to try and make moves here on Bird. He's through once again, but is Bird going to have it back at him? Sends it down the inside. A little late to the brakes, but Brownie is kind of through. A little bit of a wobble in the middle of the corner. Smasher's trying to come through as well. They're going to go 3 wide. That's not going to end well. It's definitely not going to end well if your name is Smasher. And these two battling for themselves have not done themselves justice, and I'm not sure what they're trying to do. This is not the type of racing we want to see. It's entertaining. Oh, big crash. That is Brownie in the wall along with Bird. Are we going to see anything worse than that? We are on the final lap between these two. Liam is through. You'd be quite happy to be clear of these two, because God knows what else they're going to do before the end of this race. This is looking more and more like vengeance between these two. And I wouldn't be surprised if this is the last time we see them in MRC. As Brownie is now technically through on Bird. Bird's going to go full send it. Locks up as well in his full send it mode. And it's like a boxing match between these two. They're both just giving each other hits and it's not working out well for them. Smasher's actually come back up to the back of these guys. So he will end up with points because Bird has 21 seconds of penalties and God knows if either of these two get post-race disqualification. Smasher comes through, he's just wants to get through and out of the way. And Brownie's going to try and go through as well. They're going to go 3 wide. This is what happened to Smasher last time. They went 3 wide and it did not work for him. Brownie's deep into the corner. That's not worked for him. It is the final lap. Jorn has taken the race win through all this. Followed by Ray, Mark, Faz, Bottas Gang, then David. Frex comes across P7. Next up will be Liam. Brownie will get the last of the points positions because Bird has... Well, last of the points positions for now because Bird has quite a few penalties. Smasher gets P8 at the end of the day. Liam does drop down to P9. Brownie gets P10. Bird P11. Texlave will come across in P12 and lose it, unfortunately, to DRB. DRB with only 6 seconds penalties did a great job out there. Unfortunately, he's not going to get him many points, but to come away with 6 seconds is a decent effort. And there we go. So, well, yeah. Well, let's have a quick final rundown of those positions for now. I don't envy the stewards. So Jorn takes the race win from Ray, followed by Mark, then Faz, Bottas, David, Frex, Smasher, Liam, and then Brownie running out your top 10. Everyone getting penalties here today. Bird in 11th, DRB 12th, followed by Texlave, AD, Jelly Melly. DNF is there of Leclerc, Leone, Kai, Pavel, and Sneaky, obviously not starting. But there we go. So thanks to everyone who's been here for the MRC eRacing. An eventful race. For the right reasons or for the wrong reasons, I'll let you decide. It did give us action, that's for sure. But at the end of the day, Jorn takes the race win rather comfortably at the end of the day. From Ray, then Mark taking out the podium. All round, a good race if you're at the front. And for everyone else, yeah. So thanks everyone for being here. I'll see you guys next week.